Yesterday I went to church, and even I can't call myself a religious person, but sometimes I like visiting those places for sake of energy and mostly for sake of singing. The singing is just so beautiful. Sometimes I go to kirtan, sometimes I go to Protestant churches because I like their singing. And yesterday they were singing, and there was just like tears was coming and coming and coming and coming through my eyes, and that was beautiful. That was absolutely beautiful. And I wish I could go to church just for this part, but after I felt pressure that I have to share their ideas, I have to share the belief in Jesus Christ and what they believe, and I have to share their God because their God is the only God. And I just don't see this that way. I see that all religions, all of them just talk about the same thing, the same God, but from a different perspective of view, but from their like different languages, And in the end, it's all just images and metaphors. And generally, I get along with the religious people because their values and rules for life that says in the books like Bible and Quran is very similar to mine. It's about like listening your heart, it's about being humble, stay true to yourself and to others, it's about putting others first, and all these things that I came myself eventually in life as well. That's why I kind of like religious people, because I know we're gonna have like similar values in life. But there is like one idea, especially it was yesterday, that it's kind of go in a different direction what Christian people believe in, and how I certainly perceive the crucifixion, I don't know if I say correct, of Christ, what happened there. They certainly see this as a sacrifice, that Jesus Christ sacrificed himself for our sins because we are so sinful, and we have to honor him because he sacrificed himself for our sins. As I understood yesterday in church, this is how this perceived in this certain religion. But I think what happened there, I think Jesus, he was living in completely different reality, not in the reality of duality where we live right now. I don't think there was even sins in this reality. And I see this, what happened with Jesus, as an example of absolute love. Because when the people were doing these horrible, as we perceive as horrible things to him, he was still loving them. He didn't see the blood, the pain, the sin. I don't think he was operating the same kind of... Should I talk about Jesus even? I mean, this topic is so sensitive, and I don't want to hurt anyone's feelings, To me, the Jesus is the absolute example of pure love, of unconditional love, because he was loving people even when they were killing him. I don't think he perceived his thing as death. I don't think he was living in this reality where there is death. I think one of the main criteria of dual reality that we live right now is the idea that death is exist. Because if death is exist, life is exist, and this is like very real, everything what we are experiencing. And this kind of instincts that I myself constantly experiencing, I always try to protect my body. I'm afraid of physical pain. I don't want to feel this. I try to stay safe. I feel this so much while I'm driving car or I'm in the car with someone. I don't want to like crash or anything. And even in these like moments, I kind of say myself, Diana, no matter what, you're gonna be fine. You're gonna be alright. You're already safe. You are already like in the heaven, which is like oneness and everything and nothing at the same time. You shouldn't be afraid of anything. This is just not a simulation, but it might feel very real But personally, I feel more like a spirit having a human experience rather than other way around. How can I be afraid of anything? It's like playing in a video game and you chose this character and you play this character and the character might die, but you continue existing and there is something eternal inside of you, this kind of stillness, silence, peace and love, if I could put it in a human word. Yeah. I start talking about church because I wish I would have that place where I could just go and sing and not even sing, maybe even hum, because I don't want to say any certain words. This kind of certain images in Bible or Quran or other religions, I think they guide us to the certain point, but after they're supposed to be dissolved. It's like, recently I learned about Black Square, Malevich. I saw this painting in St. Petersburg and it interests me a lot. What is this Black Square? Why is it like one of the most expensive and valuable art in the history? I love the idea so much. It resonated deeply with me, and this is how I personally perceive religion. So Malevich and every abstract artist, they were starting with drawing the reality, how they see it, and they were like people and shapes in their paintings. And after they go to impressionism, which is like you just see the impression and you kind of drawing not maybe the people but the feeling of the picture. And after even those shapes dissolve and you go to cubism, which is like you can't even see much there, and in the end there's just like absolutely nothing there. Everything is just dissolving in this darkness and there is light around it as well. So in this Black Square you literally can see the God, the entire life, yourself and everything in this nothingness and everything at the same time. And this is how I see with religion. Those books, those stories, those gods were given us to help us, to guide. But after, they're supposed to dissolve at some point when there is like no need to perceive the world through certain names, through certain images, because you understand those are constantly changing. Those are just words, blah, 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 what I'm saying right now. And this is how I feel with these places. I wish I could go somewhere where I could just hum with the God, with this stillness, with this nothingness, because I like sound a lot. It connects me to something else. And I wish I could go and I don't have to share the ideas that I believe in something. I don't have to believe in anything, to be love, to feel love. Why should I believe in anything? All I believe in love, and even love is just the word itself. It's just a word, and I don't know how to put better in a human language what I am experiencing somewhere very deep down in this stillness, in this nothingness, what I see in every single human being. Because if you go behind all these stories, there will be only love there. But by this love, I mean this nothingness, this stillness, this peace. And I like to connect to this part a lot. I don't know why. I just like to connect to this part a lot. I literally don't see how can you go through life and not connecting to it. But many people, they find their love and peace in their daily life. They don't need to go to religion, they don't need to read books, they don't need to go and reflect on themselves deeply, how I was doing for many years. They just feel this presence and love and God while they're raising their children, while they go to beach, while they just walk. And you kind of feel that when you meet that person. It just feels so warm to be around that kind of people who have open heart. And I wish for us the world where we don't need gods, where we don't need names, where we don't need certain images about what is right and what is wrong and how it's supposed to be. where all this knowing how we supposed to live our life, what is right choice, what is wrong choice, what is love, it's just installed within us. We don't need to open the book to understand how to live our life. It's there. Just listen. All the answers is within you. All of them. All of them. And religion might help you to find the light, but in the end is you are the one who is holding this light, who is carrying this light, who is keep shining this light. Yeah, I wish for us the world where every single one of us feels this light, this love inside. When you feel that, there is nothing else you need. There is nowhere else you want to be. That's it. That's it. Thank you for being here. I appreciate every single one of you. And yeah, I love you so much. You're a beautiful soul.